Good morning to everyone who's watching and everyone who's here with us in this meeting. My name is Dion Carrington, and I will be conducting an interview today with a very special person, a big name artist, if you want to call him that. And I will be here with my partner.
Hi,
Yes, so Shawnee is here with me, and we will be interviewing a soca artist, right? Some would call him the biggest advocate for taking Soca Global, Mr. Brave, Mr. Grateful. And there would be no team with a capital EA, that is, without Mr. Erphaan Alves. All right. So, Erphaan, thank you for joining us this morning, man. Hope you're good.
Excellent. The pleasure is mine. Blessings. Thank you very much for having me on. I like to talk. I like to talk about soca and the culture. So it's a pleasure for you to have me on this interview to just share my thoughts and views about everything that we discuss right now. Mm-hmm.
We love to see it. All right. So you like to talk about soca, and that's actually what we plan on starting, because we want to talk a little bit about your 2019 release, Soca Global. Right? That was massive, if you ask me. Right? And I think a lot of people share that sentiment with me as well, because the song itself speaks to a lot of things that we should be a bit more focused on in the soca industry. Right? And what we want to do this morning is we want to take direct quotes from the song and ask you questions about them. Yeah?
Blessings.
All right. So, first quote. Right now, soca music in a nice position. Very straightforward, to the point. But what we want to know from you, Erphaan, is what are some of the components of soca music that you think put soca music in such a nice position in 2019 and 2020?
You see, I don't know if I will see in the future, right? So I want to answer your question, but I just need to say this before I tell you what is the components. I mean, the idea of it, for me to be honest, it doesn't really stem from the components of the genre itself as a reason why it's in a nice position, but because of what happened in the world.
Right.
So I'll get back to that. I'll still answer it, but really and truly what I really mean by that. So at that point, I wasn't talking about soca directly, but I was talking about the position of music itself, where technology has made it so easy for artists to really spread their creativity to the wider world now. So I have a distributor, but I am also my own distributor via mechanisms like TuneCore and CD Baby. My friend from Canada told me about TuneCore, and is a nice revenue I'm seeing right now, simply based on fans of soca or people who just like my music, streaming and downloading it, and that will be like lifetime revenue. My kids and my children earn from that. So we are at an advantage where we can now dominate. We don't have to rely on radio play or TV play alone anymore. So that's when I say right now, soca music in a nice position in terms of the world has become so small that anybody with a dream, once they push and do the research, can really reach, they can enjoy progress, right? And why I say earlier, I feel like if I saw the future, is because now the world is in a kind of reset mode, and everyone has a chance to really make a real big move and a brave move. And I believe the move that we as soca artists really have to make now is the no seasons move now. Because the Prime Minister announced that there's no Carnival in the physical form 2021. So what we going to do? Just rock back? Nah, we can't do that, because if you watch every single genre, right, except for folk genres like Parang, that's seasonal because it's a religious thing. And it's Christmas time with a Christ sing, bam, bam. But soca is not Parang, and soca came from the idea of Revelry Monday, Tuesday, before Ash Wednesday, then Lent starts. But it's no longer tied to Catholicism like that anymore. It's a whole genre by itself that can exist in a world by itself now. So we, a long time, my parents would tell me stories of this singing a Calypso Ash Wednesday and they get licks.
Right.
That dead, as you say, that dead.
Yeah, that dead.
So it's like we now could take advantage of the opportunity to continue releasing music during the year because we have no carnival to try to get a hit song in and travel the world and tour with it. Don't have anything like that. We now have to become like real content creators then. My Instagram, you see what I do on my Instagram? You see the pull-up session with Lion Twin where I singing soca music and dancehall rhythms. You see the memories refix I did with Maroon 5 and tied it into the idea that we do on our carnival. So I now become a real content creator and the advantage at the, you see, like if a rich man's son a capital because daddy give him money to start a business, it's not like I want to be a content creator and I had to start from 0 followers. I have been an artist, well, I am an artist, sorry, and I have this mass of people and I would just become a content creator, which means that I would no longer just be releasing songs for you all. I'm going to be doing all kind of musical stuff and feed you all with stuff which would propel and well my brand and encourage you all to be on me a little more to increase the followers and increase the relationship between fan and artist because it'd be like January, February after Carnival, no new song falling or we go and then from September we start with the release. You know, I want to wake up one morning and not see Soca 2021 on a Julian Promos title and we in November 2020 still, you know?
Yeah.
So that's why I mean, like right now, soca music in a nice position. But other than that, to answer your question, like in terms of the genre itself, I've been to events all over the world and dancehall play, hip hop play. I ain't even being like I ain't saying it just because I'm a soca artist, but when soca music play, the vibe lifts up.
Right.
You know, people sort of vibe.
It's different.
And that's like, that's like the characteristics of the genre. That's like the personality of the genre. It's like you have a friend who real outgoing and he like for the party, and then you have some other people who might, they might warm up to these people, warm up to these people. When soca music play, that's it. So the natural energy, it's vibrant, it's mostly happy, and you know, I've got DMs where people say that it's a bad mood and when they listen to songs like Overdue, it make them feel better. So it's like a real light, free-spirited, uplifting genre.
Love that, man. We love that. You said a lot there. You said a lot.
I like to talk.
Yeah, and you touched on a lot of points. Some points that we plan on covering later on in the interview. So we'll revisit them shortly. Yeah. We don't mind. And then some points that I actually discussed in my first article for CARIB VOXX, which I don't know if you got the chance to read, but if not, you could always read that another time.
I see it around, but I didn't get a chance to like ting.
Don't worry.
I've been seeing it online.
I ain't vexed with you. But let's move on to the next lyric. Calypso wants to make the breakthrough, so let me plant back that rose, Calypso. Now, before you get into that, this is my favorite lyric in the song.
Yes, man.
As a lyrics man, and I love this line because obviously we're bigging up Calypso Rose one time. I would say is the largest artist coming out of Trinidad and Tobago right now.
Yeah, she's still doing well outside, selling records, performing. Well, she recently retired, I think, but she recently got an award as well. They call it the French Grammy. So
yes,
yeah. But that's a double meaning. If you watch the video too, we kind of playing it. It was me paying homage to Calypso Rose. I was stalwart in the Calypso genre for years and making a lot of moves, and still was during the time when I released that song. And then plant back that rose, Calypso. Also meaning, if people really check the history, Calypso is like the mother genre of the Caribbean to me. Reggae came from it, and soca and all these other genres came from it. So we were at a point where Calypso was selling like 500,000 plus units sales. People like Kitchener and these guys, but I need to do a little more research, but I don't know where we went wrong. But from what I understand from talking to people like Colonel Roberts, Kitchener's son, they were so caught up in competing, which I think, like I can't bash competitions in Trinidad because I was a part of it one time and it helped me build my career, right? My biggest payday is still making Soca Global finals. That making that kind of money for just 10 minutes on stage, 5 to 10 minutes, like niceness. Other than that, the views, the international listenership and the viewing, people viewing that kind of thing. It's a lot of exposure for a young artist like me. But everything has its time, and I feel like we should now move into the direction of building a proper structure for award ceremonies and that kind of thing, so the artists won't be competing against themselves. but the fans would now have the say in terms of, numbers, sales, these kind of things. So like when I say Calypso once made the breakthrough in terms of the fact that Calypso was once like a monster genre, way before hip hop and rap and all these other genres been doing that kind of digits. We were there. So when I say that we plant back that rose, let's do what it takes to really get back in that position, but not trying to trim a tree, not trying to trim the soca tree. We need to plant it back from the root, which means that we need to sensitize the mecca of soca, which is Carnival, Trinidad and Tobago, and instill a real deep-rooted system in the educational institutions so that the children would learn about Calypso and soca under compulsory format now. So like if you had to leave second primary school, just like you must do maths and English compulsory for SCA, like slipping culture in there. So that's the only way we can really create that new generation and generations to come that would have a pre-existing appreciation for culture. Because we can't blame them if they know it as, soca is carnival music. That's what we've been feeding them, if we're being real.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do this kind of no seasons thing as my little way. Other people have been doing other forms of trying to, it need to be a common goal now. And I believe one of the ways we could achieve a common goal, plant back the rose, plant back the tree, like we start from the bottom, come up, start in school. Because 80% of Trinidadians go to school because we have free education,
Right.
And that'll be our way. And pan in school, I still feel like things like steel pan, I don't know how in the mecca of steel pan, every school do have a little steel pan class thing going on. I had to, during my grade for school, so in November, I go to school and I have a pan. But I record and thing, but it's Trinidad. But so that is what I mean basically by, like we plan back that rose Calypso.
Yeah.
And that Calypso once make the breakthrough.
Right. Yeah, man. So thanks for that. I will just touch on one more lyric because you kind of covered what we think you would have gotten into with the other two, which were with music is a mission, not a competition, right? So that was one of the lyrics I wanted to get into, but you spoke on that. Yeah. But first, like we fix local now, then we go take off global now. So you got into that as well, right?
Yeah.
And all these thoughts were running through your mind when you were writing this song. So it makes sense that you would cover all of that in talking about, one lyric. But
everybody, sorry, I not to cut you off. I just want to say this.
You go ahead.
I hope you remember what I was going to say. Yeah, everybody, every soca artist, right? You wouldn't believe to have some people in this industry, if I want to call it that, out here, vibes like, if I feel like it's Captain Soca or like, by the end of the day, bro, I didn't born to sing soca, I could do anything I want. I could be a businessman. I could do other things. But I feel like I was born to do this. And there's a struggle in every piece of greatness now. And this is not about me. So the fact that, some people can say these things, it's kind of weird because at the end of the day, I was always calling on other people. Yo, Walia, it don't even have to be no seasons. Whatever device you create, let me just do this. To kind of get the people involved now. The main idea is getting the fans involved now. Because the only way we could get an iTunes category or a Spotify category is if we continue releasing albums which are to be absorbed by the fans now. So if no seasons become something, that is not my fault now. That is the fans and them fault because I just do something for them to support me. So on a positive side, though, I appreciate every stakeholder, whether it be a songwriter, a producer, artist, manager who understand no season's mission, and me trying to claim it like I is the hero and I make Soca Global because people like Marsha Montano, Bungie Garland, Dasher, Garcia, they've been pushing the Soca Global before me. This is my own way. I just come with the no seasons idea because in the new social media world, they need to title things and hashtag things so people could get, it will continue to catch and catch and catch. But that's all I have to say in terms of about First Life Fix Local now. We just need a kind of common goal and common understanding that we had to do this together, and Erphaan Alves trying to do a thing there, and that one trying to do a thing there, and that one trying to do a thing there, and then saying, I'm feeling Captain Soca. Nah, everybody had to feel it's Captain Soca because it's superhero time. But so it goes sometimes.
Hey, I with you 100%. I with you 100%. But Erphaan, I feel in your Instagram bio you had to put "See ya, man" because you keep answering my questions before I reach to them.
Sorry, boy. I just felt so bad. Sorry.
It's a cool scene, man. I'll pass you on to Shawnee, right, so that she could jump into the next topic, the next main topic that we will be discussing today.
Shawnee.
Right. So the next topic we're talking about, which you already started talking about, is no season. So basically, you want to just give us a kind of like a little synopsis of like what made you start the project? What are some memorable moments? How's it been so far?
I mean, it's been an interesting journey, right? As I was saying just now, I didn't really expect people to kind of, how to say, now I wouldn't say the word be against it. I didn't expect people within the soca circle to have weird remarks to say about it, to be honest, because I feel like if it was something that everybody understood, but as life, I was also surprised with how slow, its progress has been, because I felt as though at the moment I came up with the idea in 2016 and I started doing it, I feel like everybody would have been like, yeah. But it still had that gap of like just that silence between, let me say, April and August in terms of releases structure and that, and the soca thing.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't lie to all you, in 2018, when I released No Habla in May, because they say I'm a madman, they say I wasting music and that.
Yeah.
At that time, there, see between me and I like all it. See between me and August, I became very despondent about the whole no seasons mission. Because like, when some people say their family not supporting them, but it's not even like that with me. It was like, I feel like if my family not supporting it, and then in retrospect, I feel like I shouldn't even feel that way because, as I said earlier, if it is people conditioned in a certain way for years, thinking that your product is seasonal, they won't just get up a morning and be willing to support it because you really had to prove them right now. Is that kind of trust issues thing, or is that unfamiliarity thing in a kind of way, whereas you had to really prove to me that I had to buy this thing and like I really work. You come like your thing expire, boy, and they sell them a stale goods now.
Yeah.
So I was honestly feeling that way, but now I understand it and I don't feel that way no more now. I'm not blaming anybody, and there's no grudge or ill vibes between, and no animosity between me and anybody concerning how this thing should go. So, and that's why I fall in love with a deeper kind of love with the fans now. Because when I check it in retrospect again, I started seeing little social media videos of people kind of making fun of the Spanish part for No Habla. And I was like, you're funny, I remember that the power is invested in the people.
Right.
And not just like the radio station. Because the radio station doing business to it, and there's so much music coming to them, and it's not like if they could cater for you just because, you had no seasons and you're doing a soca song in May. There's so much going on with everybody. But then I realized and I reminded myself that, push this no seasons thing more towards the consumers, which is the soca fans now. And they started loving it. People started doing the little TikTok things, the little, the Instagram videos, trying to sing the Spanish lyrics, making fun of it. And one of those videos with Erphaan went viral.
Yeah. I know exactly which one it's
about. When he was like some kind of, and then now I started getting dubplate requests from Sound System, like them cars, loudspeaker cars. because they like the bass line in the song now. And then after now, taxis passing and I started to hear the song and we step in like, I say, yo, all right. So I said, so right there and then, I was like, you know what? I go and invest more in the people and try to directly connect with them rather than through the industry things now, rather than through radio and through TV and through media and through this one and through that one. It's like, I want to go directly to them and tell them this no season story properly, let them understand why I'm doing. So 2016, 2017, slow, 2017 to middle of 2017 to the end of 2017 going into 18, that's when I started to get some energy because when this song catch now, I started to sell the idea that, yo, it catch at the end of the year and it became a Carnival hit still.
Right.
And then it became an after Carnival hit too. So the life of that song surpassed a song that would even be just a Carnival hit. So a no seasons hit lasted longer than a Carnival hit. I started telling that story and then people started to understand and people started kind of buy into the idea and share the same vibes. And then more and more artists started release songs outside of Carnival. 2018 to 19, same thing, more artists releasing. And this year happened. I was like, everybody had no choice but to just do it.
Yeah.
Some artists now, you know, that's like a kind of business thing when might be financially equipped to produce or record some things, but I was saying that's where the kind of content creator vibe could come in because I have like tons of music unreleased that I could still go back to and share, you know, rather than creating new work. Let me say, for now, though not financially equipped to continue doing this, could still find ways and means just to maintain the artistry, you know. So in a time where with things post-COVID now, no artist relevant should feel.
Right.
There are a million things we could do just using social media. So the no seasons journey was real rough. Well, is still real rough, but slowly but surely.
Yeah, man, we appreciate the work that you're doing, and I understand that real hard to get through to people who, you know, something has been done a certain way for so long.
Definitely.
Like, and you really like to, you know, start answering things before we get to that. Basically, I was gonna ask, you know, songs like No Habla and Overdue, which kind of transcended the whole Carnival season and outlasted that period. What tips would you have for other artists who want to do that kind of thing, who want to make music outside of the season that lasts for, you know, outside the Carnival season and within the season?
I would just say think global. Like, I don't even consider myself a soca artist, perhaps. I just had to use the term because, you know, born into it, or fight for it, and as I say, I will go to my grave to support this thing. But to me, I believe that my experience growing up, like my brother, he used to play dub right through in my head, but as a kid, I didn't really understand what Sizzlander was saying. So it was kind of confusing to me.
Right.
But I was exposed to that, and subconsciously, that map out in my brain. And then he used to listen to rap too. And then I fall in love with pop music and rock and thing at an early age because my brother used to burn CDs for his friends in school now. He found a hustle in that because long time CD was the thing. And everybody could like buy albums, so he used to rip the music online and sell the CDs. So if I go by him, I hear boys like Girls and all them rock bands now, long time. So I was exposed to a real genre, so like my musical experience growing up, you know, was real vast. So my sound itself just resonates from a place where it's just real. Like it rootsy because I grew up in a house where Calypso and Soca used to blare every weekend and thing, but I didn't sit down and study how to come or how to create or where's my style. I go by this. Nah, I just write. And it's a real true reflection of who I am in terms of how I grew up and what I've been listening to. So when I say I think global, I think international, you would find that like my lyrics have spaces between them. It's easy on the ears, except for when I go with no Habla and them guys. Easy on the ears, for example, like I gotta go to my grave to support this thing. Yeah. Push this Soca Global. I go like slave, or even a better example. You give me something I need, yeah. You give me something I plead, yeah. You give me something like that kind of pop song style where people take the time and sing along.
Yeah.
Most important, but not most importantly, but very important aspect is BPM. You know, between 100 and 108, so that's the heartbeat of the world. All the hits on Billboard is right between there. So again, I didn't study that, but I just naturally where my thing fall.
Right.
Because I experiencing that. And this year, most importantly, is my topics now. Last time I really exploit the idea of Carnival lyrics or Fete lyrics is bumper like rain and any grand rain. Like you ain't really hear me singing them things just so again.
Yeah.
You hear me singing things like we could go back to Overdue. That nothing to do with Carnival, that nothing to do with Soca. That nothing to do with nothing but just that I wouldn't even tell Ole what that song is about. Like nobody in the whole wide world know I really sing about that. It's not even about like love or relationships or nothing else. That song real special. So it just show me how like if you just open up the idea box and it has certain words like wine, jam, flag, rag, like I just pull out flag a little bit and wave a little bit for pick a side because I power soca. But in terms of the international sounding brand, I just kind of put certain words aside just to avoid me slipping back into that kind of festive mood. And just give the people a tune, give them a song. When I sing song like Hold On, that I just released there in the quarantine vibes, is music that can last a lifetime and is music that can be connected to any one thing. So the more you open up yourself, it come like, oh boy. And let me say I sing a gunman song, right? I can't go in a corporate function and sing that.
Correct.
I just dumb it down just to show how I think that. So every time I create a piece, I try to make it as flexible as possible because people sing over there in the church too, right? And church people come and tell me, I don't like soca, but you're over this song. So you catch them.
Yeah.
So I want the man, I want the drunkard listen and enjoy it. I want the pastor listen and enjoy it. You know? That kind of vibes. So that's how I think, and that's why I got success with. And you see why I get the most success with that kind of vibe, because it's not only Carnival time that lasts. You know, Overdue I sing in wedding. So I thought this time my road manager and I rolling, and he like, boy, what them call you here, boy? That kind of church thing, you know. I say, well, I was sing Overdue. Say, yeah, and I do it now.
Yeah.
Whereas if I didn't have that, you wouldn't see if I was in that light. So it kind of increased my fan base in a sense where they're looking for that from me. They don't only soca thing too much. But they like that vibes and they go cheat a little bit now while they go listen a little over it and they go dive back out. I believe in God and thing. I ain't bashing church people like if it's some kind of thing. But I just saying that there's some people who don't really deal up with the soca music and they find themselves enjoying something from a soca artist. So that's the plus of going the direction that I go in terms of my creativity.
Yeah, now so you talk about Overdue, which was the next question about it not being a love song. I think, talk about the fact that people, like how, what makes a good artist is, having a song that could be interpreted by people. So a lot of people interpreted that as a love song, even though it wasn't. And I think that's the good thing about art, that, it really touches you and you get to interpret it how it feels to you. And you also
sorry, I listened.
No, I was just going to say that you touched on my last question. So I was going to,
What was the last question?
That basically what do you see are the forces that are fighting against the no seasons movement? And you kind of touched on that before.
We are our own demise, as our people. You know, and I don't know what it would take again for us to just open up our eyes and just see like the world waiting. Like if you listen to Justin Bieber, sorry, that I'm sorry. And that's soca, yo.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, they don't call it that just like that, but that's soca. I listen to people like, Swaley or Swally literally mention soca in interviews and that kind of thing. So don't feel like they're not listening. Don't feel like they don't understand what it is, or they don't understand, or they're not aware. They're very much aware, but it's like they don't understand the space because we have no big soca labels, perhaps. We don't have any volume of albums coming out yearly from every artist. A lot of these singles aren't even available for sale. So the business aspect of it, we don't even have a soca union. A lot of things lacking. So like when a foreign artist looking into our space and seeing like it's confusion, they'll be less compelled to kind of do business there. Just like our iTunes and all these platforms, they would like to, because if they see us making money for ourselves, they want to make some of that money too. But the stream income of our soca artists compared to our rap artists is like, and that is simply because we now start to put things in place with distribution and royalty collection, publishing, and all these kind of things. So as I said earlier, coming to come, but that's only if the artists and all the stakeholders involved really get that kind of global mentality and rise to the occasion. Other than that, I'll get gray hair and I still say, hey boy, don't see it. That is the truth about it. Is that everybody thing. It's not just Erphaan Alves, and I'm not doing it for claps now. Because if I was doing it for claps, I gonna know, meaning I don't need to push again. I get real claps. Yeah. But I really want to see. Because if everybody do it, everybody would gain and everybody would flourish. It's sweet to turn on your TV and see, Erphaan Alves and Second Star and everybody and that normal, like, them fellas on BT, them fellas big dog, whatever.
Easy.
That's what I want to see. And it's not impossible because Afrobeat wasn't always where it is. I can remember in the 80s, I just taking Afrobeat, them fellas in London and that kind of thing. And all of a sudden, these fellas dominate. Dominate. And it's like, Latin side of things, we hit them bad. I think the most streams is between Latin and India. Obviously, because of the size.
Right. The population behind it.
Yeah. They have more consumers, but, we could grow. We could grow.
So.
Yeah, so I'll pass it back to Dion, who's going to talk to you about Grateful, both the virtual experience and the mixtape.
Yes, So I actually want to start with the virtual experience, right? Because we saw Cass do it with We Home. Voice, he did a little something. I would say maybe it was less formal or more informal. Where he did the Instagram live and the Facebook live, and people really tuned into that because when Voice come out to perform, is a performance you get in.
Yeah, it's vibes.
Yeah, it's vibes, exactly. And then I just wanted to know, like, who's some of the people you think, like, if you could let the people know, who's gonna be on the stage, who's gonna touch the stage with Erphaan on the 22nd?
Nah, I ain't gonna say nothing more.
I'd say nothing more. You can't give it exclusive.
I mean, I'll just say that too. For me, for the Grateful Virtual Live, they won't really see much appearances because it's the first time really I'm gonna showcase myself in a real different light. They're not just gonna see me on the stage and sing and wave, perform, dance. It will be different. And I kind of swinging it to really be suitable for the times that we're in.
Right.
And so the content itself not necessarily gonna be about Erphaan Alves performing, but telling the story of the artist and the journey of the artist and that communication between the artist and his fans and his family and his friends or anybody who would have been involved in the progression of the brand that we know as Erphaan Alves. So it will be a real special moment. It'll be deeper than just a live concert. And that's as much I would say. What I'd also like to add is that proceeds go towards this St. George's College Music Fund that I founded like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And that's my way of saying thanks to the institution that played an integral role in my development as a young man and also an artist. Real support from that school between a junior Calypso Monarch and junior Soca Monarch and that kind of thing. So you're going to see aspects of that. I wouldn't share how. You're going to see aspects of that story as well involved in the live now. So that's the donation. I usually donate yearly to them, but I'm opening up to the public to share that love with me as well.
Right.
We have digital on board, where we'll be live on Playgo, the music app. The mixtape will also be on the music app. We'll be streaming live on TTT, as well as Erphaan Alves TV on YouTube and my Facebook as well. We also setting up a text to donate platform. Right? So it's a real special experience, and I don't want to talk too much about it because I don't want anybody to kind of program themselves in terms of what to expect.
Right. That's fair, man.
If I had one word to describe, it would be unique.
All right. I can take that. Take that. And that's good. I want to touch a little bit on that point where you said that you will be, adherent to the times, because I think it's important for artists to take that into consideration as well. It just doesn't make sense to be, in my opinion, singing Jump and Wine when it have no carnival.
The people like it, they want it, but for me, all right, we don't want that, and let me press on that. Let me go hard on this time right now. Because bro, I didn't sit down and meds it. No, we have to sit down and meds a lot of things because of this coronavirus. But it's still like that no Habla song. I didn't say whatever they say, but I sit down right here. They actually getting to see where I write this song from top to bottom in about 10 to 15 minutes.
Right? Wow.
And this little demo mic here, I'm going to tell you, this demo mic, I record Bumper Like Rain on it, Overdue on it, Blazing Love on it, No Habla on it, Pick a Side demo on it. All my hit songs record on this little demo mic here, and then I'll go in the studio and record it over, right?
Right.
So I just I'm singing, right? So I say, well, I go and feel that kind of Spanish vibes with this beat, but I start, como te llama, señorita, bienvenida, Trinidad y Tobago. And I say, wait, but I listen up myself here. Because that taste about Mirando, Dama hace mucho tiempo, I just went on Google and kind of type up something and find that and say it. When I send my friend to kind of translate, she was like, yo, this is garbage because grammar, Google, right? But anyway, so after I said that now, I was like, but unfortunately, that's all the Spanish that I might know. But I didn't really sing that on the mic, really. Now. I just cannot say that in a way. Now. Yeah. And then I was like, wait, that because I should have paid more attention in Spanish class than like one of the realest songs I ever sing. You can ask my Spanish, I just like a power right through because she just feels like, what is your scene, boy? And I was like, if I could have only just wet up this song with a little more Spanish, that's why I come and say, I should have paid more attention in Spanish class. So that was real. So it's like, back to the old grateful vibes now. So that one was a kind of subconscious thing where I kind of took something and vibes were going on because it had plenty of Venezuelans coming over and trying to be at that point. Like it was extreme at that point. It kind of thing a little bit now. So the grateful thing now, this is a conscious vibe where I decided to swing it in a way where this thing had to go kind of semi-acoustic. See, I'm selling out a little bit for you, yeah. This thing had to go in a way where when I sing, it mustn't go over there in terms of a jump and wave enjoyment thing. It must kind of resonate.
Right.
And when I sing a song like Pick a Side, I'm telling them I pick a side of love and unity because election time that recently gone there, we see a lot of...
We did see a lot of division.
But when I say pick a side, I ain't talking about really picking a side in terms of you pick a side, and I talking about pick a side of positive vibes. And everybody should be on that positive vibes with me. Anybody who not with me on a negative vibe. So it's not like that side and that side. All together is we pick a side of love and unity, you know. And then when I sing songs like Overdue, I relate into the fact that going to a fete, gathering, simply gathering, flying out. I can't tell when last I jump on a plane to go and perform somewhere. So when I sing that song, it's going to resonate in certain ways now. That outside Overdue, right? So every song, as I say, going to tell a story. And we're starting from the earlier hits, going into the more recent hits. So grateful to be a real nice experience.
Nice one. We definitely looking forward to it. Can't wait to see what you're bringing for us. I love that you drop a little 2 hints for us. We appreciate that. What can we
intimate?
Yes, exactly. What can we expect from the mixtape though? Are those recent unofficial releases gonna be on the mixtape, or are we gonna get entirely new music? Is it gonna be?
You're not gonna get the. What the fuck I ain't saying that?
Say nothing, boy.
Just look out. Yo, that mixtape. No, I did that mixtape some years ago. It was like 2014. It was like the Young King mixtape. But that wasn't creatively directed by me. That was some links out in the US that kind of took my songs and did like hip hop remixes to it and that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I just decided like I want to train my fans into accustomed to me releasing bodies of work now. Because we headed into the album stage,
yeah.
So I studied like dancehall culture and hip hop culture. I got the EP where they mix it way before I come with the albums. Okay, when I get a fan, I listen singles all my life, so I want to get them interested and get accustomed to me releasing bodies of work. Like take me in for 40 minutes, take me in for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And for me to creatively and to do that in a way to keep their attention, I needed to kind of swing out of the genre a little bit. Swing back in a little bit, remix a little part of my own stuff, come back in a little bit of original stuff, remix other people's work, so that angles it top R&B, dancehall, reggae, soca, but it's still me now.
Yeah.
And that thing where I do with the pull up, right?
Mm-hmm.
I gotta go there and just do new things or original, write some things on rhythm. So I was like, I want to show them how flexible soca music is, and I can sing Overdue, one of them old school dancehall rhythm, and people like it.
Yeah.
So I bet in here like 90% of the soca artists out here right now could do that.
Yeah, for
because
sure.
we versatile. You know, plenty soca artists used to sing reggae and dancehall and like Lero. I think Lero sang a song. He was part of the reggae all stars back then. But anyway, so the mixtape itself is a presentation of EA, again, tying into so the name of it is a Grateful Mixtape. So it's tying into the virtual concert itself, where it's telling that EA story. It's also telling my story from the earlier to the songs that I would have like not get much recognition with. So like, I don't know if you know a song like called On the Wall from me.
That one,
right. So next one called I Never and Come Down. All these songs right. So they were out there by itself, but it never really
catch on.
It never made the list of hits for that year. But you know, one or two people might know it and they like it. So I kind of replaced it on that body of work there just to refamiliarize people with, oh, he sing that? Oh, because they might have heard it already, you know. But they don't touch on it because it's just like a one listen somewhere by chance. So that's the idea of Grateful itself. And the marketing you would see towards it is where I tie in my past events to Grateful now. So it's like Grateful month for me. So I started with events, with the events on this level at Woodford Cafe 2012. It was called EA21. Then we moved to All Out by the Oval, EA22, then EA23 was in Aria, then EA24 in Zen, and EA25 in Vass. That one was crazy. I had to shut down Vass because too much was inside. And then I did EA26. at Fusion, which is formerly known as Club Coconuts. So 2018 was the fullest Grateful, and last year, 2019, was the second. So this year, this one real special, and it will be the more special, obviously, because it's a virtual format. But I really getting a chance to kind of walk everybody through.
Right.
So it's a plus for me in a sense now. Yeah.
We have a release date for the mixtape yet?
Nah, boy. I
No release date?
No. Private Ryan, is the mixtape release yet?
On your DJ Khaled game. Yeah. We like that. All right.
Yeah, just a secret there too. Nobody know Private Ryan is going to do it. See, they're getting exclusives on this interview, yo.
That's what we're here for. That's why we need to talk to the artist directly. All right, let me pass it back to Shawnee. She's going to talk a little bit about Carnival 2021, which you touched on here and there, but with some more specific questions, right? So, Shawnee, you can go ahead.
Yeah, so you kind of touched on it, but how do you feel not being able to perform in Carnival 2021? Like, I know it must be like a great thing to, when you come out and you perform and you see the crowd react to your music, and how does it feel not being able to do that?
Well, we're not going to make any money. Nah, just joking. Okay, so business-wise, economically, we are going to see a decline in income because one of the main sources of income for soca artists is through touring or live performances, right? So if you're being real, that will be down. Emotionally, mentally, we would feel away. I don't want to say sad because I wouldn't feel sad, but I would feel away. Like when I listen to that Memories refix I did on the Maroon 5 track. Because when that line that say, trouble when it reached that time and not a big truck on the road Monday.
Yeah.
That line hits because like I don't even know what to expect on that day, yo.
It's nothing. Like
I don't even know. No, when I say that, it's like I know nothing will happen, but I still in a kind of like
it's just hard to believe it.
The fridge door, you open the fridge door and you ain't see nothing.
Yeah.
3 minutes you come back and pull the fridge door.
Yeah.
I know what is to happen on that day, but I still feeling like what gonna happen on that day in that kind of way. Because I love Carnival. Aside from the soca thing, I talk about Carnival. Yeah, no seasons whatever, but Carnival, I love Carnival. You see, when the Carnival Sunday hit, that's when I get to enjoy myself. And after I work all season, that Carnival Sunday, I might have one more thing to do, like a Brian or somewhere, a thing here and there. And I kind of stop perform on the road really. Because that's my time to enjoy myself. If I perform, if somebody wants us to sing wherever is the road match, show me out on the road, on the big truck by the stage, but other than that, I want to enjoy myself Monday and Tuesday. That's when I get to get, because I could share this with you all between January the 1st and Carnival Friday, which Soca Monarch falls on. I don't drink alcohol now.
Okay.
So, yeah, I fast just to make sure I can preserve my body because we go, right? So I totally sober during Carnival, but I see Carnival Friday night, brother.
Is it pressure?
Saturday, Sunday, we pumping, and Monday and Tuesday. So me, I am a masquerader too, so I don't miss it, but I just still don't know how I want to feel. Although I know how I want to feel, but it's a crazy idea. Like I wanted to come and go fast, but I don't want it to reach there yet. But so that's emotions, right? But on the business side of things, like I know I have to find a way to stay relevant between now and then, and stay relevant then too, and continue to stay relevant after that. So we might have some virtual performances because right now that's what I've been doing, virtual performances, whether it be private family stuff, corporate Trinidad, or people who just want to decide to have a party and keep it online, So that'll be a real interesting experience for me to see what all the quote-unquote big promoters decide to do, right? And for me, whenever this gets out, I believe that communication should take place with NCC, culture ministry, and promoters and artists in terms of how we're gonna present this to the world. Because if I'm a Tribe fan and you're a Yuma fan, naturally you could go and see what Yuma doing and Tribe doing.
Right.
But once there's a platform now, one common platform where everybody would place all the energy. So it's like a kind of TV guide now. We could now sell that to the world and present that to the world. So everybody would have been willing to come. They could see what's going on that platform itself. And also I feel like a real communication will take place between all these stakeholders so it don't get too wild. And the product of Carnival 2021 could be consumed properly. It could get to be digested now by the local scene and the international scene too. So I'm looking forward to it. I have stuff working on to come outside of just new songs and music videos, just content to present to the people, you know. So I'm looking forward to it. But really and truly, boy, it's a heights, boy. Like you can imagine like big Carnival Monday and people going to work or people in the bank sit down there and I feel like if they should do something, you know, they should do a kind of thing and have they work and I don't know, boy. I don't know. I know for sure the radio stations will play soca music all day and thing. I know that's a given, but Big Chuck have to just pass up and down the routes. But it's something, boy.
So
I mean, but that might cause problems though. Nah, that will cause problems. Anytime you park Big Chuck in town, Carnival. COVID on pause, yes. So I feel like they wouldn't be on that, but it will be an interesting experience for you. It will be a time of our lives.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like it's definite. I feel like we're very creative, so I'm sure we'll come up with something, some way to still.
Something must happen.
Have to start up, man. Yeah.
Yeah. So do you think that cancelling Carnival will actually be positive for the No Seasons movement?
I thought it's politically correct, man. That's right. From a streaming and from a digital sales and revenue stance, Carnival itself propels all these songs. Carnival is a mechanism. Like Carnival within itself promotes so much other subsectors. So I am not going to see increased revenue because of the non-existence of Carnival. It will fall a little bit. We have some called growing pains. So we had to go through that a little bit. What I really mean by the No Seasons striving through the idea of no Carnival is that it would now force artists to still kind of remain relevant, to continue bringing content, to keep the fans involved and not focus on one time of the year. Throughout the year, everybody had to do things. So the streams and revenue come down a little bit because Carnival is when everybody all around the world, like when DJ Private Ryan released that Soca Starter, and he have some say in terms of what songs plays on that mix or all these other DJs. So when they're listening now and they hear Private Ryan, Soca Starter, or whoever, or DJ this, DJ that, they're gonna say like, oh, so there's hits then. And I'm not gonna go on your stream because it's Carnival time. And when they come to Trinidad, they want to know the music. I literally, when I go out to perform in other countries, that's the language you're talking now. Hey, listen to the first time I heard this one was in this DJ mix or that DJ mix. And I raped your iTunes. I down Apple Music, I play it every day. So then I get to understand. Because you know when I travel, I learn that. So then when I get to understand, you know, there's still a lot of power vested in Carnival itself now. So I don't think that streams will go up drastically without Carnival, to be real honest. Because yes, songs could still be released and like DJs could still put the music out, but the focus itself not there anymore because people wouldn't really be that interested because they're not coming to do all about it to learn the songs and they want the fed to jump and sing it. But on the flip side, it would now leave the entire year open for artists to kind of focus from January to December. Instead of focusing on 2 months, they're going to focus the entire year. So that's what's gonna happen there.
Yeah, so definitely like a double-edged sword there.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that was really the last question. So Erphaan, thank you very much for sitting with us. I think I can
we do this within the time, man.
Well, we got an extension actually. We get through.
Okay.
Oh, blessings. Yeah. It's good vibes. Actually, like the questions you'll ask. Some people come and actually see him shit. Hey, when you see
over.
Tell me how you start singing. We talk about what's going on. Like how you talk. You all see what the artist doing and make sure you ask questions pertaining to what's going on in the Grateful, seasons, mixtape, so you all cover everything.
Yeah, man, of course.
I think I could with Dion and myself when we really enjoyed it, like hearing you talk. We enjoyed that you like to talk.
No, I don't like to see when I just vibes and cool with my in a circle and thing. I really like all that talking because me naturally, I don't like to be like for the party, but me, this is my passion, this is my job, so I really invested in it now. So anytime I get a chance to talk, because you all don't know where this can reach. You all don't know who can ever see and listen to this. So I just, any opportunity I get, I always like to, tell my truths.
Yeah. I think we and anybody who watches it will really appreciate it, and even little gems and secrets that you dropped for us. We appreciate it.
I get that thing, but
yeah, and well, we know he's a seer man now. So they're gonna things you say it.
Like
come true.
But
it must come true.
The Hold On song that I released at the top of quarantine, like a lot of people feel like if that was like recently created, but that song is like 2 years old. Or is that kind of song to kind of create a voice of solidarity and restore hope during this time for people, especially my soca fans. So we just working, bro. We just have things to do. We have battles to fight, things to achieve, things to accomplish, and I just doing my thing.
Thanks for that, man. We really definitely do appreciate that. Keep it up. Doing the hard work that you're doing because we know it's not easy. And keep giving the people what they need. More than what they want. Give them what they need.
Blessings. Thanks for the time, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Thanks for joining us.
When it's released.
Yes, we're looking forward to it too.